Hi guys, Angie Bell with my furry treasures. Okay, let me get myself set up here. Let me click my iPad on so I can see you guys. Alrighty. Oh, I need to turn some lights on. Just a second. Alrighty. Oh, I need to turn some lights on. Just a second. Alrighty. Oh, I need to turn some lights on. Just a second. Alrighty. Oh, I need to. Alright, let me turn another light on so you guys can actually see what the heck I'm doing. Alrighty. And you know what? Let's see if I need to bring that back. There we go. Just trying to get myself situated. Just a second, guys. Alrighty, and also I'll wait for some people to pop on before I get started. Whew, I am so tired. I just got back from MixFit, which is kind of like Zumba. It's that new type of dancing workouts, and it was fabulous. But she made us, we already go for an hour. She made us do 3 extra songs on top of that. I was like, oh my goodness. Okay. So, this is what we did yesterday. We did our girl here. Flower girl is what I'm calling her. The girl with the roses on top of her head and the rosebuds and all of that. So I want to do a double page spread. So yesterday what did I do? I decoupaged on a bunch of, my MO, book pages, dictionary pages, some Asian writing. I think that's here. Some music note paper, just things like that. And then that had to dry and we left off there. And so what I'm going to do next, I'm going to put some gesso on this. Then we'll dry that. And then I'm going to do these roses over here on this side. We're going to do a bunch of these roses with vines and rosebuds. And it's going to match this page over here, which is going to be really, really pretty, I think. So let me kind of put this in frame more than the other side. Okay. All right, and we will get started. And hopefully some people, I see 2 people have popped on. Okay, so I'm going to take some wax paper here and cover up this other side over here so that I don't mess up my girl over here. Okay. And actually, let's bring this back in frame a little bit because you guys kind of will need to see what I'm doing over there. All right. And let me get a small plate. And I'm going to load up 3 colors. Okay. I'm going to use, this is for the back. Oh, wait, not before I do the background. One thing I got to do, I'm getting ahead of myself. I need to gesso this. So I'm going to put a very light gesso over this because we still want to see all of the music notes and book pages and all of that. So I'm going to put a light gesso. I'm going to wet my brush. And I find when I wet my brush that the gesso stays light so you can still see through the gesso. Even if you get a little heavy with the gesso, you can still see through it. But I really want to see through it. So very lightly. What this does is it kind of gives you a layered look. And also, it gives me a nice surface to work on. Okay. So I just dip it in my brush in some water and then dip it into the gesso. There we go. And let's go ahead and we're going to get the blow dryer out and blow dry this so we can dry it. And I actually don't use gesso. I use a thing called Kilz, Kiltz. You buy it by the gallons, or you can buy a quart of it. Like at Home Depot, you can buy it at Walmart, and it's a wall primer. And that's actually what I use. I only have to buy one every 2 years. It lasts me forever, and it's way cheaper than buying gesso, like at Michael's or Joann's. So it's called Kilz, Kiltz. If you've watched my channel a lot, you're probably sick and tired of me saying that, but it's a really cheap way to get gesso, because gesso can be expensive at Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, yada yada. Okay, let me just a second. I'm hooking up my dryer, my blow dryer, so I can dry this. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we got that dry. That's what's nice about the gesso. It dries very quickly, or in my case, the Kilz. Okay, so I'm going to take these 3 colors. I'm going to take this is for the background, to give the background some color. I'm going to take like this little aqua bluey color, which matches what we did over here on this other page. I don't want it to be the same, but I want it to complement, so it looks like a 2-page spread. This is called Purple Pizzazz by Americana. I love that color. And then a little bit of a light pink color by Folk Art. It's called Pink Balloon. It's a great name. Okay. So there we go. And I'm going to use a baby wipe to put all these on. So I have 3 different baby wipes. And the baby wipe, what it does is, let's do the pink first. The baby wipe keeps it so it's everything, it's see-through still. Let me just do it so you know what I'm saying. See how you can still see the book pages through it? I love it. Love it. I seen Diane Reevely. That's how she applies her paint, so that she can do layers. And I seen her do that, and I was like, oh, I love that. She did it with her paints, but it works with any acrylic paint. You never know who you're going to learn a great idea from. That's why I watch a lot of different mixed media artists, or just artists period. You never know when you're going to get a great idea. You can always learn something from everybody. I'm going to put a tad bit more of the purple over here. Get a little bit more. And then, oh yeah, that same purple needs to go over here. Put some of that purple down here. And I try to blend it into the other colors too. And we'll do some pink down here. Okay. And what else? We'll do some more purple. And then let's do some teal. Perfect. Do a little bit more purple. And a little bit more pink. just to deepen things a little bit. That looks good. Let's mix this up a little bit more. I think that looks good. Go with a little bit more pink right here. Deepen that a little bit more. Okay, so that looks good. So now I'm going to go ahead and dry that. But see how we're doing a layering? We got the music note paper, the book pages, that Asian newspaper, some of that down. And then we have this next layer is the paint, and it's another layer, acts as another layer because we used the baby wipes and we kept it very translucent. I think that's the word I'm trying to say. All right, so I'm going to get my blow dryer out. So just a second, please. Okay. Next, so I'm going to put that away. And I have a plate. Now we're going to start the one-stroke roses. Donna Dewberry is where I learned how to do these roses, and she has her own system. She also has her own channel here on YouTube. So you can go over there. She teaches tons of beautiful flowers and some other things she teaches you too. And it's all called One Stroke. So, and she makes it really easy. If you're going to get brushes, I would get my brushes because I like her brushes because they help with the technique. I would get them at HSN. For about $15, you can buy like a pack of 7 brushes. So I'm going to use a 3/4 inch brush here. I'm going to use, and then she has these mermaidy brushes or these unicorn brushes. Aren't they gorgeous? And I think I bought these for $15 too, and it's a pack of 5 or 6. So I'm using that. It's a slant brush. This is to do leaves. And then I'm going to use this liner brush, which is actually a Hobby Lobby brush. But anyway, okay, so let's get started. And the best paint to use is folk art paint. That's what she sells in her kits or tells you to go get. And you can get this at anywhere. It's the cheapest place to get it is at Walmart. The reason you want this paint is because you want it to be thick. So, alrighty. You want it to be a thicker paint. It works with her technique. You can use a thinner paint or paint that's not as thick, but it works the best using a thick one. So that's what I find. And what she tells you to use in her technique. So I'm using, let me tell you the color I'm using. I'm using, what am I using? Rose, what does that say? Rose Potpourri. Okay. Rose Potpourri and then white. Okay. So what you're doing is you have your color and your highlight and your shading all in one stroke. That's why she calls it one stroke. It's very cool. Just a second, let me get my brush prepped here. All right, here we go. So right now we're gonna do the roses. I want to make sure you guys can see because this is the important part is how you load your brush. I want to do like a little more than 3/4 of this pink color and just a little bit of the white. So it looks like that. And then just kind of come over here. Cool. And she always uses a plate, which I thought was interesting. She doesn't use anything fancy. She always uses a plate when she does her stuff. All right, I'm going to move that to the side so I can put my arm down. Okay, we'll do one nice big rose here in the middle, and then we'll do some other ones. So it's just this same movement like that. All right, and then I'm going to come back over here and load again. And again, that's how you want your brush to look. Maybe a tad bit more white right there. That's how you want your brush to look. Okay. And I'm going to have to turn my book, so hopefully I'm going to stay in frame, turning my book. Yeah, I'm still in frame. Thank goodness. Okay, so here we go. There we go. And we may run into some texture when we're doing this because I'm not doing it on a smooth piece of paper. I'm doing it over layers of paper that I tore. So we'll see. If we run into a little bit of texture, that just means our roses won't be as perfect, but you know, they're wild roses, so we're good. Again, I'm going to keep turning my book. Hopefully I'm staying in frame. Okay. Turn my book again. Loading up my brush again. Okay, so then I'll load up my brush again. And these roses that I'm doing are called wild roses. There we go. They're called wild roses. She does another rose, like I think it's called a cottage rose, but I think that rose is like way harder to do. And I've tried it quite a few times and I've never really liked the way I've done it. So I'm going to keep practicing it. But for now, I will do the wild rose. The wild rose is much easier. And it's pretty. So I'm good with it. Okay, just a second. I'm trying to load my brush good. All right. Here we go. So then you're going to do another set of these strokes right there. Okay. Keep going. One more. We'll do another one right here. So it gives you kind of a layered look of like a layered wild rose. Okay. So we're going to do another one in another place. I'm going to let this dry because we're going to pounce in the middle. We're going to pounce in the middle. I think we'll do some green. We'll do some green and white in the middle of the rose. So we'll do that in a second though. Let's create some more roses because we really need to let that middle dry a little bit. So let me reload my paint. With her technique, you use a lot of paint. Okay, let me reload my plate here, my platter. Okay. Okay. here we go. Let's do some more. Making sure I'm still in frame. We'll do one over here. Okay. I might have enough, no, maybe I don't. See, I might have enough paint on my brush still. Yeah, I had enough. Cool. It'd almost be better if I wasn't working in this book. It'd be better if I was working on a canvas or a separate piece of paper. But I'm working in a book, so there we go. Okay. There we go. Let's see if I can get one more out of this brush without reloading. Yeah, we'll go. And that's the thing, like if you don't like what you just did, you can go right back over it again. So that's what I'm gonna do. I didn't have enough paint on my brush, so we'll go over it again. There we go. I like that better. Loading the brush again. All right. And once you get the hang of it, it's so relaxing, you guys. I could just sit here and paint flowers all day. So relaxing. Okay, I need to mix that up a little bit right there. I feel like, there we go. And then there we go. There we go. Very pretty. All right, so then we got two there. We'll do one. Where else are we going to do another one? We'll do another one over here. Okay. Just loading up my brush, you guys, sorry. There we go. Try to think how I want to turn this. Okay, there we go. Hopefully you guys are still seeing. Okay. I'm going a little bit slower because I'm looking in my I'm looking on my iPad, and my iPad's like a little bit behind, so. Okay, loading up my brush again. Hi Debbie, how are you? What I'm doing is I'm doing some Donna Dewberry one stroke roses, wild roses. And then we're gonna add some vines, we're gonna add leaves, we're gonna add all kinds of stuff, rosebuds. So making sure I'm staying in frame here. Okay. Okay. And I was just showing everybody how you double load your brush. That's like the most important part when you're doing this. Use a 3/4 inch Donna Dewberry brush. Oh, thank you. And you load the brush like this, and you add a little white. So that's how your brush should look. Mostly the magenta and it's a little bit of white on the end. And it looks crazy like you use too much paint, but with her technique, you use a lot of paint. And it's just this motion like this to make a petal. There we go. And then we're going to do another set of petals right inside. Like that. Let me turn my book. And you know what? I don't need this wax paper. I think I'll be fine without that. It's kind of getting in my way of turning my book, so. Hopefully, yeah, I'm still in frame. Good. Okay, where am I at? Okay, here I am. It's weird, like turning a book, because normally I work on like a single sheet of paper, like a mixed media piece of paper or a canvas, and right now I'm working on this book, so I have to keep turning this book. Interesting. Okay. And there's another layer right there. Okay. Very nice. And I'm trying to see if that's what I want to do, if I want to do any other flowers. I think those three is what I'm going to do, and then we'll do stems and stuff to put all those together. Let's try that. Okay, so I think I'm done with this brush. Yeah, let me rinse this brush. Let me put a little bit of a dryer on this, and then we'll do our middle part, because we need to put some green in the middle. But first, let me dry this up a little bit. So my blow dryer will be on for just a second. Okay, so next I'm going to take, I need a scruffy little brush. I know it's right here. You know you never can find the brush you're looking for. Here it is. So I'm going to take this, this is actually, I've been saying that you really should use folk art paint, but this is not folk art. This is Ceramicoat, and it's pretty thick. I like it. And I'm using some white, but first I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this Ceramicoat brand. Like I said, I like the folk art the best, but I don't have this color in the folk art, and it'll work just fine. And that's the thing too, if you don't have folk art paint, you can still do these techniques with any acrylic paint. The folk art's just the best because it's thick, and it works the best with her technique, but her technique will still work with others. So we're just putting some little centers in the middle here. With that same brush, I'm going to put a little white on top of that. You could do whatever you want. You could do yellow in the center of your flower, whatever you want. I kind of like doing the white and this little sagey green color. I think it keeps it kind of light and pretty. Okay, we'll let that go. If I need to do anything else to it, I will after it dries a little bit. All right, let's do some leaves. We're going to do larger leaves and smaller leaves. All right, let me get another plate so I can load some more paint. Just a second while I get another plate out. I'm trying to think what color of the leaves I want to do. If I want to stick with that sagey color. Yeah, I do, because that's the color I used over here. So we'll use the same. Okay. Just a second. I'm loading up my plate here with paint. I was going to use this one, but I'm not. All right. So I'm loading up my plate over here with the sage color, this sagey green, and the white. Okay. There we go. And with that 3/4 inch brush again, we're going to make these larger leaves, which I haven't shown how these leaves are done. And I haven't done this leaf for a while, so we'll see how this leaf goes. Okay. Here we go. Let me take this paint over here. All right. I have to make room for myself to do a leaf there. That'll be an easy way to do that. Just a second, I'm loading my brush. I'm still here. Okay, doing the same thing. God, I'm really trying hard to load this brush up good. Okay, here we go. So I loaded my brush and we're gonna do this leaf. Making sure that I'm in frame. Just a second. Yes. All right, so here we go. There we go. Oh my God, I just smeared that rose. I can't believe I did that over there. I just smeared my rose. We'll fix it. Okay. Hey, Creative Wings, how are you? Thank you for joining. I'm doing some, oh, let me make sure I'm still in frame. I am doing some Donna Dewberry one-stroke roses, and I'm doing it over layers of, like music notes and book pages and all of that. And then I did a little background real quick, and so now we're doing these roses. So we're doing Donna Dewberry wild roses. We'll be doing vines, rosebuds, all of that on this page. So that's what I'm doing. All right, and I'm having to keep turning this book to make sure I'm in the right angle. So bear with me as you see this book turning. Oh my God, if you guys could see me in my craft room right now, or my table. Trying to have room for everything for this book turning, and Lord. All right, so here we go. There we go. Well, you know, I'm not liking that. It's like way too, oh, you know what? I know where I messed up. Okay. We are going to wipe that off because I don't like it. Just a second. And this is what's nice about this just quickly, if you don't like how you did something, if you just get to it quickly, you can wipe it right off. So no reason to fret. There we go. It's like it never even happened. Bam. All right, let's try it again. We may or may not be doing these big leaves. We'll see. We'll see if we have room. If not, we'll do the smaller ones. Let's do it again. If one you see, try and try again. All right, let's try it again here. There we go. And then this side just comes up like that. There we go. You know, I meant to leave a little extra room though for a stem. All right, I know you guys are gonna think I'm crazy, but I'm gonna take it off and do it one more time because I want to bring it a little bit away from the rose so I can put a stem there. So just a second, please. You guys get to see all my mistakes live. My goodness. That's the part that makes you nervous going live, because you're like, oh my God, what about when I mess up? Oh well, you mess up. That's all. Own it. Start again. Okay, here we go. There we go. Perfect. Now I can put a stem in there. It's a little stem. Like right here, I can just put a little stem going up. We're only human. Thank you. Thank you. I think the scary part going live is like if you feel like if you mess up and you're like, oh, what if I don't really know how to fix it right then? That's the scary part. You're like, oh, what if I can't fix it? That's why I try to do things that like I've done before. Okay. So I don't get caught like that. Like, I don't even know what to do. You know, like those moments when you mess up so bad where you're like, I just need to walk away. Well, you can't walk away if it's live. All right, let's do another leaf over here. There we go. And let's come over here and put a stem. So I'm kind of mixing up, putting green down and then putting white over it to kind of give me a nice little stem. There we go. Do I like that? Kind of don't. I don't want my stem looking straight. No stem is straight. Just a second. There we go. Give that stem a little turn. It's the little things, you know? It's the little things. Okay. Let's do another leaf over here. Hopefully I'm still in frame here. Loading my brush. Okay, it says, Angie, did you paint those flowers as well? Yeah. Are you talking about these roses? Yeah, I painted these roses. I think you weren't on yet, I don't think. Yeah, I painted the roses. Have you seen me paint these roses in a couple of days ago? If you haven't, I'll do another one just so you can see me do it. So you can see what it looks like when I do it. I'm redoing the little center here because I touched it and messed it up. You guys are getting to see all my mess ups today. Oh. Okay. Yes. Okay, Creative Wings. I will I'll do that. I'll do another rose here and you can see it. Okay? I'll do another rose right here in just a second. Let me do these leaves. Where do I want to do this leaf at? I'll do this. Well, I don't know. Where do I want this leaf at? Okay, let's do it right here. There we go. There we go. And turning. Sorry I'm turning my book so much, but I have to. I have to be at the right angle because if you're not at the right angle, you'll totally mess up. If you don't get the right angle, it will be a mess. Do I want to put one here? Yeah, we'll put one there. And Creative Wings, this is a Donna, I don't know if I mentioned it. It's Donna Dewberry's one stroke painting. She does a lot of flowers. She does a lot of roses, all kinds of flowers, roses, irises, sunflowers. I've learned so many flowers from her and I love her technique. As you can see, it's so pretty. It's so relaxing too. I could just sit here and paint flowers all day. And you don't just have to paint, in your art journal. I mean, you could paint this on, like if you had a pair of watering cans, you could paint the watering cans. You could paint, if you have a dresser and you want to paint flowers on your dresser. I've done my door, the front of the door of my craft room is all roses, these wild roses, like how I'm doing this right now. And then in my craft room, there's a sliding closet, and that's all wild roses like this too. So you can use these in a lot of different ways, not just in your art journal. And that goes for any of the roses that she does. Okay, that's going to be a smaller one there. I'm going to do another rose there, or another leaf there. And her techniques have been around for like, I don't know. I learned her techniques like 20 years ago. I just hadn't used them in a while. And then I ran across her. She's on YouTube. And she's on YouTube, and she didn't used to be on YouTube though. I don't know when she went to YouTube, but anyway, she went to YouTube and she shows you her techniques on YouTube. And I was telling the girls that if you want the brushes, because I would use her brushes, I would go to HSN and get her brushes. You can get like, I don't know, 7, 8 brushes for like $15, and it's well worth it because her brushes are very nice and they work really good with her technique. So thank you, Creative Wings. Okay, I'm going to do the rose for you so you can see how I did the roses. We'll do one right there. And I'll try to keep it a little small because it's a little smaller area. We'll try. Okay. This is turning out pretty. This is how I wanted it to look. I wanted it to look very vintagey, with the background, how I did the background. So that's turning out nice. Okay, I'm just loading my brush here. Just a second, guys. Loading. Oops. Might paint dried a little bit over here, but like that color. And that's how you want your brush loaded, like that. So it's mostly magenta and just a little bit of white. Okay, here we go with the flowers. I'm going to have to put more paint on my tray over here, on my plate. Okay, so here we go. So there's one petal. And I have to reload my paint. My paint dried. Is this the color? Yeah. Just a second, I'm just putting some more fresh paint down because it dried out a little bit. All right, so let's reload on this plate. And Donna Dewberry, when she does her one-stroke method, she uses a plate like this. She always uses a plate, and it really is the best because you need room to like load your brush, like how I'm doing this, see? And a plate just, I don't know, it really works. Let me see if this is, yeah, those are wet. I'm like, am I going to stick my arm in wet paint? Yep, I'm about to. So let me try my best. Okay. Try my best not to get my arm in my work. It's just funny because you're working at different angles because you're on camera and you need to stay in focus and you need to turn your book. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it's like, it's awkward. Okay. Now, you could end up doing 4 petals, oops, or you can do 5 petals. Right here I only did 4 because I didn't have room for 5. So if it's a small area and you need to make a smaller rose, just do 4. I'm so excited. I just, I went through a bunch of her videos and saved a bunch of them on my favorites. In fact, I just created a whole, Donna Dewberry. You know how you can save the videos you want and you can put them in a category? I just made up my whole category, Donna Dewberry, because her techniques are the bomb. And she has, oh, what is that flower that I love? It's one of my favorite flowers besides roses. Hydrangeas. She showed you how to do hydrangeas, you guys, and it is so easy. Her technique, it's easier than this rose. So if I was you and you want to learn this techniques, I would first learn her hydrangea. So look up Donna Dewberry hydrangeas. It's super easy. Another one that's really easy. This one's easy too. Another one that's really easy is a sunflower. Her sunflower technique is so simple. I love her sunflower technique. It's easy and it's just beautiful. So I'll keep coming on here and just showing you guys different flowers that I've learned. And mixing it up with the mixed media. So now I'm doing this center part right here. It's the last petal. Okay, so I did all those petals on the outside, then I went inside and did those petals. And I'm going to remove a little bit of this in the middle here. It's going to look weird for a second because I'm going to be pouncing in some green right there, so I don't need all that in the middle. Okay, let me rinse my brush. We're going to, in the middle, pounce some green in there, okay? So let me first dry this. So I'm going to turn my blow dryer on, so just a second. Thank you, Debbie. I had to take that opportunity, you guys, sorry, to dry this whole page before I just keep putting my hands in my stuff. So, all right, now I'm going to take that green again with this scruffy brush. Donna Dewberry has a scruffy brush, and I actually have it right here, but it's kind of big. Where is it? See, I have a big one. It's like kind of too big for what I'm doing right now. I had a smaller one, but I don't know. I don't know where it's at. So anyway, this brush right here is working perfect. It's a real stiff, scrunchy brush, so scruffy brush. And you're just going to pounce that green right in the middle. If you want, you could pounce green of any shade and then pounce yellow over it. You can do whatever you want. It's your choice. But I just really like this sagey color because it just kind of has that old-fashioned look, in my opinion. All right. I need to kind of let this dry. All right, we'll let that dry and see how it looks. And if I want to change, I'll change it up. Okay, so we've done a lot of big leaves. Now let's do some smaller leaves and some rosebuds. Let's switch it up and let's go to rosebuds, and then we'll go to leaves. Small leaves, but let's do rosebuds. Okay. Because I love rosebuds. All right, so I'm gonna make these rosebuds with this shape of a brush. It's an angle brush. You don't have to use an angle brush. You could just use this one. Okay, just a regular one, but it's really a lot easier with the angle brush. And these beautiful mermaidy looking brushes, these are Donna Dewberry. You can get these HSN, and you get, I can tell you right now how many you get. You get all these, I think, for $15. Are those beautiful? Oh my goodness. I saw those brushes. I was like, yes, please. I have to have these. I already had ordered some other ones, and I ordered these just, I didn't need them. I just ordered them because they're beautiful. Because I'm crazy. But again, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I think it cost me about $15. I know Creative Wings, aren't they gorgeous? And I know that that sounds a little bit expensive, but you know, you use these. I say spend a little money on your tools because you're going to use them over and over and over. Let me show you guys some other brushes. Now, these brushes are not, oh my God, I bought so many of them. It's ridiculous. These brushes right here, I got at Hobby Lobby. Now, these aren't Donna Dewberry, but I got them at Hobby Lobby. And I went like 20 million times using coupons so I could get them for like either $5 or I can get them for $3, depending on how many. You guys look. Okay, I'm going to show you. This is obnoxious, okay? But I'm going to show you. These are mermaid and unicorn brushes from Hobby Lobby. Okay, here we go. Is that so horrible? I went back like over a month. I went back like 5 times, and every time I went, I used a coupon, and I kept buying these damn brushes. So they have like packs of like 5 or 6, like maybe 6 or 7 in each pack, and they had different shapes. So I just kept buying them until I pretty much had them all. But I know that's obnoxious. I know, but I'm in love with these brushes. They're so beautiful. Thanks, Creative Wings. You know, you get obsessed over certain things. I get obsessed over, you know, beautiful brushes. So anyway, all right, let's continue. Let's make some rosebuds. Now, how I'm making these rosebuds and how you make leaves is really the same technique. So you're going to see that. You know, some people want to be rich with money. Not me. I want to be rich in art supplies. To me, that's being rich. Being rich in art supplies and things that you can create other things with. That's being rich, in my opinion. Okay. So you just do one little stroke like that. Well, you can do 2. You can kind of finish it up again if you want, like that. Okay, I tend to buy extra things I really like as well. I know, huh? Oh, and if it's on clearance, oh, Lord help me if it's on clearance. Then I really buy extra. Oh my gosh. And I think to myself, I'm like, you damn well know that you don't need all those. Okay, so why are you buying like 5? Well, they're on clearance, as I tell myself. Okay, so we did the little bud right there. I'm going to take a little bit of green, make a stem. Where am I at? Okay, there we go. Make a stem right here. I'm using my little liner brush. And then I'm going to encase the rose with a little green stem. Now, if you watch Donna Dewberry do these buds, she doesn't do them like this. Okay, but I kind of used her technique and I kind of made up my own little technique because I couldn't do her technique. Like, it was a little hard to me. So I thought of this and I think it looks good. Okay, I'm trying to get some white on here to highlight. Come on. Okay, there we go. I couldn't get the white to come off my brush. Okay, and I think we as crafty people get obsessed with certain crafty items. I'm definitely, yeah, Creative Wings. You do get obsessed. Like, I'm seriously obsessed with Jane Davenport too. Oh my goodness. I have, if I like it, I bought in her stuff. I do wait till it's on sale so I can get like a good deal and get everything. But oh, I'm so hooked on Jane Davenport's art supplies. Oh, her stuff is just, and she is just so, she's just such a magical person, and she's such a sweet person, and her supplies are just like how she is. I just love her. I just absolutely love her. She has the sweetest spirit about her. Her art is so magical. She's so magical. I just love her. And I liked her, like, sorry, I'm going crazy with my book. I liked her a while back before a lot of people knew about her. I saw her interviewed by a mixed media artist, and I'm like, oh my God, I love her, and I loved her art. And the next thing I know, everybody knows who she is. And next thing I know, she has books out and all of this stuff. Now she's at Michael's and has her own art supplies. And I love her art supplies. This collection that she just came out with, I love it because she made it look like makeup. So she has palettes that are, as you guys know, are the pastels, and it looks like a makeup palette, like an eyeshadow palette. It's just so cool. And yes, I do love makeup, and I do like to collect eyeshadow palettes. Has anybody seen that Game of Thrones eyeshadow palette? I just saw that with one of the makeup gurus here on YouTube. Oh my goodness. I've never really watched the Game of Thrones movie, but that makeup palette is to die for. The colors are gorgeous. Yeah, it does come out in her drawings. Oh, you haven't seen her, I'm talking about too many things at one time, but you haven't seen the Game of Thrones makeup palette. You guys look it up. They have it at Ulta. It's online just to look at the colors. The colors are fabulous. I have never spent $50, $60 on a makeup palette. Okay, like, that's crazy. But this might be one that I do. These colors, I've never even seen these colors before. They're crazy. Crazy beautiful. They went all out on that makeup palette. I tried to watch that movie Game of Thrones. Yeah, I didn't know it existed either, Creative Wings. I was just watching one of them. I like to watch makeup gurus because I just love makeup and I love to watch their techniques. And sometimes their techniques help with my art too. It's cool. And I seen that makeup palette and I was like, oh my gosh. And so then I went on Ulta.com and they have the palette there, but it wasn't available yet. So I don't know. I think they said it was a couple of weeks. So I'm going to check back again. I told my husband, I said, okay, I know that I think it's $50 or $60. I said, I know that's insane for a makeup palette. I don't normally do such a thing. But I said, I have to have this makeup palette. It's the most beautiful colors I've ever seen. And, being a woman of color, being black, it's not easy to find, well, it is now. I shouldn't say that. It really is easy now to find makeup because they make them for dark-skinned women now. Everybody does. And so, but for such a long time, they didn't make colors for dark skin or black women. And it was hard to find good colors. This is the best palette I've ever seen. And it's a palette for everyone, not just for darker skinned women. It's just a good palette for everyone. It's beautiful. Real rich colors and just pretty. Okay, let me read real quick. I really, Games of Thrones is one of my best shows out there. You have to see it. Their new season starts tonight. Okay, I heard that their new season starts tonight. Okay, I have the whole thing. Like, I have all the seasons because I wanted to see it because everyone kept talking about it. So my husband ordered it, and he knows how to make copies of movies. So anyway, he made me a bunch of copies, and I gave some to my friends and stuff too. We don't sell them. He just made it for me and my friends. But anyway, so I started trying to watch it, and oh my God, you guys, I couldn't get past the it was just there was a lot of killing going on from the get-go, from the very first one, and I couldn't get through that. And usually I can watch some stuff like from the 1800s, even the war stuff, but I had a hard time getting through it. Does it get better? I mean, as far as the war stuff, or is it pretty gory? And is there lots of wars? Anyway, but I feel like I want to try to watch it again, and if the war just is too gory for me, just kind of skip past that part. I don't know, give me some advice about that movie, because I love movies from that time period usually, so I'm kind of surprised that I haven't seen it. And I'm getting a little pink on my brush, and it's going into the green, and I love it. So if your colors start to mix a little bit, fabulous. Isn't this what's making, I think this is what's making these roses, is putting these rosebuds. That is the magic on this whole thing, are these rosebuds. Obsessed with the rosebuds. Oh, also, I have, I did my mailbox. Just like this. How you guys see this? I did my mailbox. Yeah, there's a lot of killing. Okay, wait. I'm laughing. I should be laughing about that. Okay. Yes, there's a lot of killing and other grown-up scenes. Not for kids, but the storyline is really good. Okay, and then Debbie, they are beautiful. Oh, thank you, Debbie. Okay, so it's an intense movie. Okay. Sometimes I have to watch something like that twice. So, okay, I'm just going to watch it tonight. I'm going to watch it tonight. And then I'm going to go back to the very first one and try to catch up and try to watch it and just get through like the war scenes. And if I can't, I'll just fast forward them. And I'm not normally like some goody two-shoes who can't like handle war and stuff. I don't know why. Maybe I was a little sensitive at that time, but it was just a little much for me that day. I don't know why. Usually I'm okay, and everybody's so into it. And my question is, everyone's so into Game of Thrones and doesn't want it to end. Why are they ending it? Is it because that the story is just basically ended or something? Okay, for someone who's never seen Game of Thrones, I got a lot of interest in this Game of Thrones. Well, you know what it is, too? I don't like to feel like I'm missing out on anything. I like to feel like I'm in the groove, like, I know what's going on. I don't like to feel like I'm the only one not watching it. All right, gotta load this brush. You guys, I'm like addicted to these rosebuds. Just a second. I saw someone just wrote something, so I'll read it in just a second. I got a little extra paint on here still, so let's put another bud here. I get on like that too about bloody scenes. Yeah. You're like that too about bloody scenes, yeah. And like I said, sometimes I'm okay. A lot of times I'm okay. I mean, I'm like, ugh, that's kind of gory, but I can usually handle it. But that was intense, that movie. So I'm excited. I'm going to try to watch it again tonight. And I'm going to try to go ahead and watch it and get caught up. Okay, I need to redo this one rose over here, this one rosebud, because there's not enough highlight in it. It's like way too much. Just, there we go. Just need to throw a little highlight up in there. Is the Game of Thrones, is there like romance in it too? Listen how many questions I'm asking about. Oh, I think I even have the Game of Thrones coloring books. Because I like those too. I haven't watched the movie. I'm crazy. Okay. Oh my god, I am enjoying painting these rosebuds. All right, so now let's throw in some let's throw some vines in. I'm gonna do some vines, and then if we need some little small leaves here and there, we'll do some little small leaves here and there. But first, let me do some vines. Let me rinse my brush. I would love to do this on a canvas, you guys. I think that would be pretty cool to do this on a canvas. Okay, what did I say I'm doing? Oh, vines. Okay, we're gonna do vines to kind of hook these together. Let me see how this is gonna work. Because there's not that much space in between my flowers, so, but I think we can do some cool vines. All right. Here we go. Loading my brush. We'll see if we like how this turns out. Yeah, there we go. Cool. You know what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to switch brushes. I actually think I'm going to switch to a flat brush instead of this angled brush for these vines. I think. I'll let you know in a second. See how it turns out. I think that's what I normally use is a straight brush for these vines. I think I like how that'll turn out better. I think I like how the brush turns better. Yeah. I like it better. Let's see where else we can put a vine. Let's go here. I might get a little bit bigger brush. The paint doesn't last very long on here. There we go. Where's another place for a vine to go? We'll come from out here. There we go. Need to run some white through that. There we go. Okay. And let's see where we're going to put another vine. run another vine here. So you just kind of just flattening your brush and then turning it back like that. Okay, I think that's good for like the fatter vines. I'm going to do some thinner vines here and there to connect the roses together. I don't think we need a thick fat one because I think it'll look weird. So let me get my smaller brush here, my liner brush, because I want to connect the roses together here. Yeah, that looks better, in my opinion. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this on a canvas, even the background. I think that'd be really pretty. And then we'll put some leaves on this in just a second. What else do I want to do? Let's put another... more vines there. And do we need any more vines? Okay, that looks good. Last thing I'm going to do with this whole thing is just throwing some little small leaves with that slanted brush. So let's do some slanted leaves. Leaves with the slanted brush. We're not doing slanted leaves. Okay. Sometimes my words, they don't want to come out of my